Welcome back to Texas. The issue is, Rudy, what you just heard from Senator Whitmire was a sense of urgency on the issue of crime control. And he's a dyed-in-the-wool Democrat. Now, Austin has experimented with defunding police. How's that going?
Greg, here in Austin, the spin is to call defunding reallocation. For example, back in 2020, the city council cut $150 million from APD's budget. A year later, they put some of that money back, but the consequences hit hard and fast. For example, the Park Police Unit was disbanded. Recently, we had 2 separate murders in popular parks here in Austin. The bodies were not discovered for hours because there were no overnight patrols. Cadet classes canceled. The DUI mounted patrol, the boat units, all scaled back or eliminated. Homicide, child abuse, and assault detectives pulled off those jobs just to fill patrol assignments. So that's what's happening in Austin.
Stephen, Whitmire spoke a lot about the crime wave in Harris County. Are you seeing the same concerns over repeat violent offenders in the Metroplex?
It's definitely happening in the Metroplex and even more so in the suburban areas. Recently, in a suburban part of Dallas, we had someone who was arrested for illegal possession of a firearm. 3 days later, was arrested, shot and killed by officers actually by shooting at people in a neighborhood, shooting at people that were running away. And then also we had another situation where someone was recently out on bond and went and murdered someone. And so this is happening in large urban areas, but also really spilling over into those suburban communities as well.
Rudy, Senator Whitmire also spoke of a morale crisis among Texas law enforcement officers. Are you seeing that in the capital city?
Oh yeah, law enforcement officers here are very frustrated. Reason why? Travis County's progressive DA has thrown gas on the crisis. He indicted 21 APD officers for their crowd control actions during the 2020 protests and riots that happened here in Austin. The DA has also claimed that he's focusing on only violent crimes, but responses to other crimes here in Austin, they're considered to be lower priorities. So that's adding to the frustration.
Stephen, fair to say Whitmire is an old school law and order Democrat. Now, have you detected a split in the Progressive Party over policing and criminal justice in general?
There's definitely a split, and you can go ahead and possibly call her Congresswoman-elect Jasmine Crockett, who served in the state legislature down in Austin. You know, the old guard Democrats didn't endorse her. The only old guard Democrat who endorsed her was Eddie Bernice Johnson, who seat she is soon to be replacing. But a lot of the old guard Democrats were split on endorsing her opponent. And so we are really seeing a shift in very blue Dallas County. And I think that's something that we're seeing nationwide.
Okay, we're going to leave it right there. Another look at the interview can be found on our Fox station's YouTube sites.
And you can continue the conversation with us on social media. You can tweet at us and make sure you use the hashtag Texas the Issue Is.
Join us next week as Texas the Issue Is talks with Senator John Cornyn. We'll see you then.